Well, hey there and welcome to my shop. My name is Dima. So a few months ago I posted a video how to cast Banksia pods with Alumilite for pen blanks. Now a few people have requested that I show how those pen blanks actually turn on your lathe into pen. So in this video I'm going to take one of those pen blanks and make it into a pen. And this is a Sierra style pen. So I'll show you how I made it. So the first thing I do is I open up my pen blank storage area and I pick out the blank that we're going to turn for this project. Once that's all trimmed in, I know it's going to fit. I go ahead and drill the proper hole diameter on my lathe. So once the hole is drilled, I take it out of my chuck and I make sure that the tube fits nice and snug in there. So now I'm just scuffing up the tube, getting it ready for gluing. So I'm just using medium CA to glue all my tubes into the blanks. You can use epoxy or whatever type of glue you want or that you're used to. And once the glue is all set, I use my barrel Dremel to square off the ends. And then I use a countersink tool to kind of deburr the edges. And then using the correct bushings, I go ahead and put them between centers. I don't use a mandrel for most of my pens because I found that it's a lot easier to turn it between centers like this. And here I'm just pretty much shaping the blank to whatever I want it to be. And for this clip, I'm just speeding up the process. So before sanding, I actually remove the bushing. Using 220, I just kind of sand it to make sure that I don't have any high spots. The first two coats of CA I apply are thin because I wanted to soak and penetrate the Banksia, kind of stabilize it more. And for the two thin coats, I do not use accelerator. I just let them set on their own. So once I have applied two coats, I move on to the medium CA and I apply about 7 to 10 coats. For this one I only applied 7. And just using the accelerator between the coats. And again, I did speed up the clip so that way we're not wasting too much time watching the same thing over and over. That gets kind of boring. and then just doing the final inspection. So before I move on to the polishing step, I sand off the ends to make them square again. And for that I'm just using a block attached to some sandpaper with the mandrel and the mandrel sleeve that I used to square off the ends. I found this better than using the actual trimmer itself, because sometimes it actually tears the CA off the finish. This way works best. So once that's done, I use 600 wet sandpaper to take off all the CA ridges that were left over after applying it. I don't sand between the coats of CA, but I do sand at the end to get it flush before I move on to the micro mesh. So once I'm satisfied with it being flat with the 600 grit, I move on to the micro mesh, starting with the 1500 and moving up to the 12,000 grit. And I skip through this clip. So after using the 12,000 grit, the surface of the finish is pretty shiny, but I still use the plastic polish to get a perfect mirror shine. And for this, I use the Meguiar's plastics. You can get this at any auto parts store. I apply it on low speed and then slowly increasing it to high speed. I don't want the stuff to be spraying all over me, but you need it to have the high speed to actually polish it up. And I apply 2 coats of this plastics. So once all that is done, I do my final inspection under a fluorescent light to make sure there's no defects or anything like that, and move on to the next step. So the next step is to press all the hardware together, and really for the Sierra pen there's only one part to press, which is the cap. So here I'm using my drill press to press that together, put the pen together, and there you go, the finished product. So here you got the blank on the left and the finished pen on the right.
Well, hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know by giving me a thumbs up, comment down below if you got any additional questions that I can answer for you, and subscribe if you haven't done so right here. And if you missed the video where I showed how to cast Banksia pods into pen blanks with Alumilite, you can find a link to that video down in the description. Well, have fun in the shop, but be safe doing it. See you next time.